Let me ask you a question. Do you know how many stars there are in the Milky Way? Yeah, how many stars is that, rather than how many stars? Actually, we never understood the Milky Way, although we always say this is our home. You've probably been watching star formation all along, the evolution of galaxies, but it ignores some of the most basic issues. For example, how many stars are there in the Milky Way galaxy? What are their shapes like? The spiral arm of the Milky Way, is it 2 or 4? Until today, there are no clear answers to these questions. The number of stars is only estimated at 100 to 400 billion. The spiral arm has been hovering between 2 or 4, just currently leaning towards 4. But it's more of a matter of perspective. It's like seeing with your eyes. You are standing in your own house to observe the opposite street. Then you stand in the same position and observe your own house. Much easier. Back to the question we started with. How many stars are there in the Milky Way? According to data from the European Space Agency's Gaia Space Telescope, it made 3 trillion observations during the decade. We'll always find in the end, there are about 30,000 stars moving. Very return they are not local. So how many stars has the Milky Way swallowed? Gaia works by parallax. According to the luminosity of different perspectives on the same target, color and other information, measure the distance between the star and the Earth. With the accumulation of data, Gaia also witnessed events in the Milky Way, the change in position of a star over time. After that, the entire map of the Milky Way, it's a dynamic map, shows the changes in the Milky Way. It also shows that in the distant past, the Milky Way once collided with another galaxy. Use this data. Dutch researchers, in 7 million star data, discovered anomalous trajectories of 30,000 stars. They orbit in the opposite direction to most stars. Color and brightness are also different. The researchers calculated a consistent galaxy model of data. Model display. This collision happened about 80 to 11 billion years ago. And this is a dwarf galaxy. The researchers named it Gaia Space 2. This is electricity. The simulated collision footage can be seen. Collision and fusion don't happen instantly. It goes through multiple cycles. This is also where the Milky Way has some unique characteristics, important reasons, such as the bar-like structure at the center of the Milky Way. Only about 2/3 of spiral galaxies have this characteristic. In addition to that, another, the dwarf galaxy known as the Red Mountains of Arjuna. It is also thought to have collided with the Milky Way. However, in subsequent studies, found some remnants of galaxies. So far, the remnants of 6 galaxies have been discovered in the Milky Way, Gaia's data shows. And these collisions don't stop. It's still happening. Our nearest galaxy, Sagittarius. Over the last 40 to 5 billion years, there have been 3 collisions with the Milky Way. And it is very likely that the next collision will affect the solar system. Everyone take care then. According to research, the latest one, the galaxy that is about to collide with the Milky Way, Sagittarius, it is likely to become the 7th star swallowed by the Milky Way. All this data, both originated from the Gaia Space Telescope, it passes every day, consumes more than a dozen cold air propellants to keep oneself the position of the second Lagrangian point between the Sun and the Earth. But on January 15th this year, it finally used up all his energy. The last observation was made and the data was sent back and closed itself permanently on March 27. The European Aviation Agency said there are still data packets unreleased. This contains 500 petabytes of information, covers nearly 5.5 years of observation data on Gaia. It is scheduled to be released in 2026. One of these contains detailed and precise data of stellar wobbles. There may also be clues to low exoplanets. It even includes data on colliding galaxies, and it could predict the future of the planet.